What is up, guys, and welcome to the Barcelona 2016 and 17 transfer market and squad prediction. So like always, we are going to start off with who is Barcelona going to sell. And the first player, of course, well, this one is obvious, but Dani Alves has moved to Juventus, and that is confirmed. So Dani Alves won't be in the squad today, and I don't really have to mention him. And there's also Marc Bartra, who went to Dortmund for a very good deal. Like, he went for a very cheap price for Dortmund, as a good replacement for Hummels, I think. But this is where it goes. So we are going to start off with Alex Vidal, who, whoa, no, what is happening? Yeah, my plays aren't good. But anyway, oh dear, this is a mess. We're going to start off with Vidal, and he obviously hasn't had a very good game time for Barcelona, and then he obviously wouldn't be happy of himself. And then he is apparently connected with Inter Milan, and Inter Milan is looking to sign Vidal. And I think for Vidal, it would be a good signing for Vidal, as Inter Milan really needs that other player, experienced player. But Montoya didn't really work, but Vidal might. And I don't think Barcelona really needs Vidal anyway. And the next player is going to be Thomas Vermaelen, who has moved from Arsenal, and then he actually hasn't done much. Like, he's been injured a lot of times, and then he's just not helpful to the squad. He's just injured. He got the medal though for the Champions League and the La Liga, but he's just not helpful to the squad, and I see no reason why Barcelona is keeping him. And he is connected with AS Roma. And the next player is gonna be Mascherano, and then this one kind of came out of nowhere as well, and I'm not completely sure if this is gonna happen, but if this happens, I won't be too much surprised. But Mascherano is connected with Juventus alongside with Dani Alves, who already confirmed the transfer to Juventus. Mascherano is also connected with Juventus, and I could definitely kind of see the thing happening, since I can see that Juventus likes to collect those experienced players. Like, Evra has gone to Juventus, and then they signed Dani Alves. Could it be Mascherano in one of the three backs that Juventus use? Possibly, definitely possibly. But if Mascherano leaves, then Barcelona will definitely have to find a good replacement for Mascherano, since he's a key player for Barcelona and Argentina. And then especially for Barcelona, if Mascherano leaves, then PK is going to have a hard time. And the next player is going to be Neymar, who is connected with multiple clubs, and the main one being Manchester United. Could it happen? For me personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I see absolutely no reason why Neymar is trying to leave Barcelona. I think even if he do leave, I think he's going to stay for Barcelona a little bit more longer. So I could definitely see Neymar staying at Barcelona at least for this season. So we're just going to get them out of the squad, because they probably won't be in it except for Neymar. And then speaking of Neymar, we are going to put Neymar in, since I do think Neymar will be playing for Barcelona next season. So we're going to have Neymar in there, stick him into the squad. There we go. We'll just add the 97 rated one. And Neymar's been quite sensational for Barcelona. And then Barcelona trios are obviously famous for MSN connection: Neymar, Messi, Suarez. And then the next player is obviously going to be Suarez. I don't think a lot of starting lineup is going to change for Barcelona. It's usually going to be the subs, because that is where Barcelona is struggling. Like, for example, if Suarez gets injured, then who is going to be there? There's not much people going to be there if Suarez gets injured, and that's going to be a massive problem. For instance, if Messi gets injured, do they have the right replacement? I don't really think so. So that's why I think Barcelona is going to concentrate their signings on. And speaking of which, the midfield is obviously going to be Iniesta. I'm a bit disappointed that Spain and Italy met so early in round of 16 in the Rios. I thought that would be like the quarterfinals or the semi-finals match, but unfortunately they have met in the round of 16, and then Spain didn't play very well, but Iniesta was the key. Iniesta played very well in the group stage of the Spanish games, and then yes, he is getting old, but I don't think he's definitely going to be in the starting lineup for Barcelona, at least for this season. And the next player is going to be Rakitic, who has been also very good for Barcelona last season, and then he's been pretty good in the Euros as well, alongside Luka Modric. So I could definitely see Rakitic staying in the squad. So I'm just going to quickly go through this, because this is quite obvious. The midfield is obviously going to be Busquets. How can Barcelona live without Busquets? Busquets is just a key midfielder. Like, you don't really see him a lot, but apparently someone said that if you look at Busquets, then you look at the game. If you look at the game, you don't see Busquets. So Busquets is that important to Barcelona, and then he may not look very special to some people, but I think, you know, Busquets is just unreplaceable for Barcelona. And the left back is going to be Jordi Alba, continuing from the last season as well. He's definitely not going to go anywhere. Jordi Alba is going to staying as the left back of Spain and for Barcelona. Now, moving on to the centre back. Now, this part is quite interesting. I'm going to put in this one first, because PK is definitely going to stay at Barcelona as well. And then the other centre back. Now, this is saying that if Mascherano leaves, because if he doesn't leave, he's definitely going to be in the starting lineup. But if he does leave, he is connected with Marquinhos from Paris Saint-Germain, and I could definitely see it happening, because Paris Saint-Germain already got David Luiz and Thiago Silva, and then Marquinhos apparently wants to play centre back, and then Barcelona could be the perfect choice for him. Dani Alves left at right back, so obviously they need a replacement, and this is probably the one they replacement the most. And then Bellerin, I think it has a very high possibility for Barcelona to sign him. I don't think Alex Vidal is going to be there. I think Barcelona is going to try their best to sign this young Spanish player from Arsenal. And then I've heard that if Arsenal let Bellerin go, they are also looking for the replacement, a right back from West Ham. And then the goalkeeper is obviously going to be Claudio Bravo, and he has played absolutely sensational in the Copa America. I've seen the finals, and he just made so many good saves, and then he's definitely not going to go anywhere in the squad as well. And then the subs is going to be the first player. I don't think Matthew is going to leave. He's 32 years old. He's getting a bit old, but you know, Barcelona also need that experienced player, and I think Matthew is going to be that player that just stays there. The next player is going to be Ter Stegen, and he's also connected with some other clubs, some of the lower clubs, because he's obviously unhappy that he's only playing the cup games. But I don't really think Ter Stegen is going to leave this season as well, because if Bravo gets a little bit older, then Barcelona may start using Ter Stegen, and you know, Ter Stegen could be the one. He played really good back in Mönchengladbach. The next player is that this is where the real transfer status go. It is Ivan Perisic. I gotta write some more stuff. So Ivan Perisic, there we go. Ivan Perisic, I don't really give a crap, but we're gonna add him to the squad because Barcelona is looking for him in case for the replacement for the Nolito, because Nolito is highly connected with Manchester City, and I definitely could see Nolito going to Manchester City. And I think Perisic for Barcelona, if they could sign him, that would be a pretty good signing for Barcelona. He's not an old player, and then Perisic is obviously a very good player, but played very well in the Euros as well. Obviously got knocked out, but he played pretty well. He hit the post as well. But next player I think is going to be at the bench is going to be Rafinha, and then he has obviously stayed for Barcelona last season as well. Oh, there's a lot of Rafinhas. Oh dear, I think it could be this one. Yes, it is this one. I got the right one first time. Now Rafinha is going to stay at Barcelona. He plays some game, and I definitely don't see him going anywhere. He's got a lot of potential to him, and I think Barcelona will try to grow these kind of young players, maybe in case for the replacement for Iniesta, who is getting a bit older. And the next player is going to be Arda Turan. Now Turan has been quite questionable for Barcelona last season. Since January is where he started playing, but I think he's kind of getting his game up a bit. You know, he obviously needed time to get used to the squad, and I don't think he's definitely not going to be in the starting lineup, considering how good the midfield trio played for Barcelona. That's why I don't think there's going to be a lot of change to the squad, because they don't really need much changes. They just need a lot of good subs. And the next player is going to be Gabriel Jesus. And then this, I'm not too sure if he's in FIFA, but he's obviously connected with Barcelona as well. He's a very young player, Brazilian. Can I find him? I'm not sure if I can find him though. Let's move on. Oh yeah, there we go. That's good. So maybe not. He's not there. But pretend he is here. But he is connected with Barcelona as the striker option, and I could definitely see that happening, considering that Barcelona do need another striker, because Suarez is getting a little bit old. I mean, I'm not saying that because he's only like 29, 30 years old, but Suarez is getting a little bit old, and then this would be the perfect time, because you just can't sign a player and then expect them to perform just amazing. I mean, Dybala is connected with Barcelona as well, but I don't really see that happening. Dybala, I think he wants to stay at Juventus. I think he said that in the interview. So the next player is going to be Sergio Roberto, and this is one of the players that Barcelona is trying to grow in case for the replacement. In case of the replacement for Iniesta or some other players. He sometimes plays left back as well, and that is really interesting. I'm not sure if it's left back or right back, but I've definitely seen Sergio Roberto play some game on left back or right back, which is kind of interesting, but I think his main position is at the central midfield role. The next player on the reserves who could possibly leave or maybe be in the reserve or maybe be in the bench is, we're going to start off with Munir. I spelled his name wrong because I always spell people's name wrong. Munir, oh my gosh, Munir, there we go. 73 rate player. He obviously first shined at, he obviously managed to score some goals 2 seasons ago, and then people had a lot of expectation on this guy. People thought he was going to be the next Messi. He's going to grow really quick, but he wasn't really up to the expectation last season, and he obviously hasn't played too well. And then considering Messi's there, Munir is definitely not going to play a lot next season, so he may go on loan. Someone like Dale Lefeu may go on loan. And then the next player is going to be Sandro. Now Sandro Fernandez, oh dear, I keep forgetting people's name, but I know that his name is Sandro. There's a lot of Sandros, it's making me confused. I think it may, yep, I got the right one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. The left wing Sandro, sorry, I forgot his last name. There we go. Sandro Ramirez is obviously one of the best, potential youngster of Barcelona as well. And then obviously Barcelona, as they do, they like to grow players from the youth system, and then Sandro is one of them. And then a lot of Spanish players is what Barcelona is looking for, and the Sandro is definitely one of them. Moving on to the next player. Actually, we don't have any next player. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting a bit confused, but imagine Gabriel Jesus is here, but just in case we're gonna add Dybala in there, because why not? Because who knows, Dybala might suddenly move to Barcelona. But I'm just going to say some more players that is connected with Barcelona. Someone like Pogba. Is Pogba going to go to Barcelona? For me, I don't really think so. With someone like Busquets still doing very good for Barcelona, I don't really see Pogba going anywhere. I think he's a higher chance of going to somewhere like Manchester United or Manchester City. But anyway, this will be it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and goodbye. Yeah.